Well, we've experienced that in recent past, where people come in and ask for approval after it's all done.
Yeah, no, we do a lot of work in Reading, so we definitely want to play by the rules.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Okay, that's the only comment I have at the moment. I think I'll leave it to the rest of the board.
Anything, Patrick?
No. The tricky part, I don't know if you were, I don't know how much you had heard about the prior.
It sounds like they have built a pool that.
So it was building a pool that was non-conforming, and it was maybe like 6 inches into the rear setback. There are circumstances where we are required to follow precedent, and we have to try and find a way to uniformly apply certain rules across the board to everyone. So it's circumstances where there absolutely has to be such a compelling reason.
I know.
And unfortunately for me, I don't necessarily know if this gets there, especially when we're still in the planning stages and there is a way to redesign to the extent, just to try and find a best way just to move that small amount over.
So, just to recap, we don't need it wider. The whole point is the depth. So I know you had mentioned, what can you bring it in? Yeah, but we don't need it wider. We need it longer.
Yeah.
More depth.
Yeah, well-
So there's no other way to move it, to give us the depth that we were looking for.
Well,
I do understand your point.
You could get more depth by moving it sideways.
Oh, no, because we'd have to be, it'd have to move over, what's the side setback, 10 feet or 8 feet?
Well, if
So we'd have to move over 6 feet to get that, you know what I mean?
I think what you're saying, we could make it a special permit, because it'd be just classified as the same size as the existing deck, or the same setback.
Okay, wait, I want to talk about that. The other thing is I totally understand what you mean. I know variances are hard to get. I've done them in a few different times.
Yeah, one of the things about a variance is that it stays with the property forever.
Yeah.
So they could move, somebody could move in next door and they don't like it. You know, or they want to do something. So but it stays with the property forever. You can't change it.
And I
Okay.
do understand, what you're saying about this, but this is also a unique lot. I don't know what his lot looked like where they had, but it was probably a bigger lot. You know?
And I absolutely understand it, but we've also come across many other circumstances where we have not necessarily granted that particular type of relief, or circumstances that frankly are much more compelling.
Okay.
I had one question about the plans too, and it looked like maybe you had it corrected on the one you had, but the drawing on that has like the layout of I don't know, call it like architectural drawing. Yeah, that one. At least on the copy we had said 11'4", and on the plot plan it said 12'4". So it's a little bit.
It's 12.
It's 12. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's what-
I think it's adorable.
It's, you know.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's just, it's hard to rationalize how you can't find a way to do it by right. Which means, how do you get rid of that 2/10 of a foot? I mean, if it was half a foot, that's
Well,
one thing, but
it's funny because
2.4 inches.
it's 6 inches, well, to the lot line, but on the deck, it's actually 6 inches. It's just the way that the lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does add half a foot to the deck area, but to the lot line, it's a little less.
Yeah. One of the other things we look at when we deal with some things like this is that if the current setback was 3.4 feet and you wanted to stay there, you weren't creating a new non-conformity.
So that's what
Okay.
we talked a lot about this. Because I do understand how hard it is. And when we did discuss, we talked about that, having what you exist will probably be approved. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing that's, should be a concern to you tonight too, is we only have 4 voting members tonight. We usually have 5. But one wasn't able to be here tonight. Which means you normally require 4 out of 5
Oh, okay.
to approve. Tonight, you would need 4 out of 4. Okay?
Yeah.
So the other option available to you would continue it until the next meeting with 5 members.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
got a better shot at getting approval. Okay?
I understand. Thank you for that.
I have trouble listening. Are you whispering for a reason, Tony?
I have a voice. My voice is really, yeah,
Oh, did you tell us that in advance?
I did, when I got here.
I was gonna turn my hearing aids back up. Okay. That's the only comment I would make too, because it's a tough sell.
Yeah.
It really is a tough sell. And,
I think the one thing that I'm still not quite understanding is, you said you weren't as concerned about the width of the deck, right?
Yeah.
So I think if you make it narrow, it should bring it away from that lot line though, too.
Yeah, we didn't need to make it any bigger. I mean, this is just for a grill area.
Mhm.
So, and you only have, it's 6'11", but then you take off the rails on each side. Now you're down to a little less than 6 and a normal grill's around 5 feet. It gives us a little room there, but I mean,
I guess I'm quite like, if you make it 6 inches narrower, are you gonna lose anything? And like, I don't know exactly how the geometry will work when you plot plan it out.
Yeah.
but that might actually.
yeah, so it's something to, that we could look at.
Okay,
if,
yeah, I guess like my one thought is like, I think one of the criteria is substantial hardship. I'm not sure I can see this as being substantial hardship to have it 1.2 inches smaller. Like if you just like cut the picture frame on the deck, like 1.2 inches on the corner, like it seems like that would be,
Oh, like chamfer the edge.
yeah. Like I think that would be,
Okay.
that would work too.
We can look at our ulterior
Yeah.
solutions.
Okay,
I think there are options available to you that would still give you what you want.
Yeah.
Without,
We take our shot
without a need for a variance.
and,
That's a-
regroup if we needed.
My suggestion would be to continue it to the next meeting and take a look at what you could do to do that. And if you could pull that off, you wouldn't even have to come back here.
So, well,
I think there's
Okay.
a special permit.
You'd have to come back for a permit.
so what, so,
They're going with the pergola and the second level and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
so say that again. So if we conform, then we would just have to do a special permit.
if you get rid of the pergola and just cut that 2/10 out, one way
Get rid of
or another,
Rafter tail.
you'd have to
right?
come back for a permit.
Okay,
Yeah, if you make the setback same as it was, you have to come back for a special permit.
Okay.
But if you like conform, which I don't think you want to do, it has to be really, I don't think that's an option. So I think like conforming in a sense would mean like having a full 15-yard setback, which I don't think,
oh,
yeah, so yes, yeah, you don't want to conform it on match the existing setback, yeah.
okay. All right. No, well, I think we'll take our shot with you guys.
We'll come back to it. Yeah, we gotta take another look at
Yeah.
what we can do and what makes the most sense.
So,
That's the little table drawer. So
yeah, so what I'm hearing,
What was that?
I choose to ask them about a special permit, they had to re-advertise.
yeah, what,
Oh.
How does that-
Advertise.
what's that process? Cause
That
I'm feeling
reply?
like we gotta know here.
Yeah, I mean, we need to know, we would have to get an updated plot plan to see what is actually,
So redo the design, get the updated plot.
yeah, and then it could,
Re-advertise.
then, yeah, I mean. If you came back and they decided on a special permit, I mean, it could still be advertised, it's still advertised the variance, which is harder to get, so I think that they could just come
The
back.
building, could-
They could
the
continue.
board could make that,
Correct, the board should make the decision to, I
Yeah.
don't think it would have to be,
right. But we need a new plot plan.
we need the new plot plan.
Yeah.
If it got continued to the next meeting, then we would advertise it, just get continued, and if
Okay.
you came in with new plans and showed the board and they said a special permit, then we wouldn't have to
So,
go at it.
okay, a few questions with that. I know we have you need everything. Would we be able to come to the next meeting and I have new plans to show you, or do I need to submit all that stuff prior, like we did for this
So
meeting?
I'm sorry for the confusion. I just wanted to make sure we didn't have to re-advertise if you're going for a special permit because you came for a variance. So pretty much what you just need to do is come up with new plans, submit them, and talk to Brett about them. I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
what you
it'd
do.
be early to get the plan just so the board can look at them, but I think,
Yeah,
I think if it was continued under the circumstances of a variance and you came in with a plan change for a special permit, I think that would be sufficient.
I agree with
Could
that.
we just continue your hearing to the next meeting and then you'd come to the next meeting with the new plans and
Okay.
review them again?
Okay, what do you, this is, what do you guys?
That's fine.
That's fine. I guess we'll do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, I would make a motion to accept the petition, the applicant's request to continue the meeting without prejudice until the June, and I believe it's June,
Do we have a date?
what's the June meeting? Fourth, I believe. Yeah, until the June 4th meeting of the board, zoning board.
Favor?
Here.
We'll be next, yeah.
Okay.
Traveling the next day.
Okay.
We'll be okay.
It was seconded and
Thank you.
approved, yes.
And there was a whisper down here.
Yeah, the wish of.
Oh, really?
Seconded it, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll close by saying I love it. Okay, I really do. It's really cute. I drove by the house and you don't have a lot of room back. there, Okay,
The best is what we have.
wow,
Okay, so.
I really don't.
zoning, yeah,
Yeah.
I love my job. I'm sorry. that was- So are we, oh, do you guys need to motion or are we all set?
We-
All set. Good.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
See you in June.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Hi. So I'm it for the night.
Your last one, yeah. Okay, so we move on to ZBA case number 24-06, 87 Walker's Brook Drive. The zoning board of appeals will hold a public hearing in the Burger Room at Town Hall, 16 Lowell Street, Reading, Massachusetts, on Tuesday, May 7th, 2024, at 7 p.m. on the application of viewpoint sign awning pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 10, for a variance under Reading zoning bylaw, Section 4.5.2, 7.4, 8.2, and 8.4F, as may be determined by the zoning board, to install a digital drive-through menu board at the property located at 87 Walker's Brook Drive, Assessors Map 13, Lot 3, in Reading, Massachusetts. Unless there's an objection, I will dispense with reading of the abutters list, except stated abutters are notified as per the following: the select board, town clerk, police department, fire department, building department, conservation commission, health department, assessor's office, engineering division, CPDC, members and associate members of the Board of Appeals, as well as the planning boards of Wakefield, Linfield, North Reading, Stoneham, Woburn, and Wilmington. Testimony given before this board is taken under oath, so if you think you may want to speak, please stand and raise your right hand. I swear that the testimony given by me before this board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And the response is just, I do.
I do.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so if you want to just give us a run through of your case.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's fairly contained. So we have Dunkin's remodeling in the Shell gas station. And so all the signs have been approved, everything's fine. The only hiccup was the menu board because of the code being static, requiring static. And so the reason we're here is to get relief to put in a digital board as opposed to a static board. And it's not like an advertisement, like I do sell these, you know, like you'd see at a Honda dealership, for instance, or a furniture store. But this is in the back of the building and it's just a clean menu that's used nationwide for Dunkin' Donuts. They've gotten rid of the static boards. They don't even manufacture them anymore. So all the new drive-through systems at Dunkin' and all the factory chains basically are all electronic and integrated. So the menu, the interior menus and the speaker all are talking to each other. So that's what we're asking for.
Do they dim at night?
They do.
You're not facing any residential,
It's the
No, yeah, it's in the back of the gas.
MBTA behind you, isn't
like
it?
a highway, right? Oh,
Yeah, it's industrial. I mean, I've been.
oh, right,
It
right.
kind of points
Yeah.
away from the highway, so it's still back.
Okay.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, I actually do work for the owner of the gas station as well, so I've been there a bunch and it's completely hidden back there. except for I think a parking lot behind the abutting building,
Yeah.
but that's. So it's like the perfect place to do it, and
How long has Duncan been in that location?
ooh,
That's what I said. Whoa.
I wasn't
there quite
ready
some
for that
time.
question, a long time. Yeah, I did the original signs there when they moved in there.
Hmm.
But ooh, it's hard to come up with years. As you get older, as I am, thinking back I think this might be their second remodel, so maybe 15 years, I don't know,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. I've been there, I've been in Reading for 20 years and I think I was there when I got.
Oh, could be, yeah.
I was there when I got there.
Yeah, very well run gas station, I have to say.
Yeah.
They're good operators.
Is this when you're doing a makeover, is this a rebranding of Duncan?
It is.
Are they doing?
Dunkin's are required to do
modifications?
branding every X number of years. And so the owner of this happens to own a lot of Dunkin's. And so they are continually updating stores throughout the.
Hmm. You envision changes in usage and traffic?
No.
So it would be pretty much, that'll be pretty much what it currently has.
Yeah, I don't think any of that's changing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you basically want to get into the electronic age.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate for my company because we used to manufacture the static boards for Dunkin'. And now, except for Honeydew, they haven't quite gotten which their program, everything's electronic. I mean, the entire industry is electronic. It's all gone, all the static stuff it's not even manufactured.
Yeah.
Are the menu boards freestanding or are they are freestanding? Okay.
And the standing board and the new board would be exactly the same size?
They are the same size, yes. Yeah, so it's just a swap.
Okay.
I did see in the proposal that there's mentioning something about like static versus dynamic content on it. Do you know what like dynamic content looks like? Is that like kind of like videos or is it just like animation?
No, I don't
Just
think,
like, okay,
I don't think it's videos. I think it's just food items and they may just alter them throughout the day.
Okay.
As for the lunch kind of thing. I don't know how much they actually change it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, you want to see it when you drive up to it.
Right.
I mean, it's not like a message center where they're
Yeah.
advertising.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it going to be? Is it going to be facing away from the highway?
I think you can see it from
So the
the
only people going to
highway.
message board.
Yeah, I think
Cars driving up to it.
I believe
So
it.
you're in the back of the property.
Yeah, because it's in the back.
So you're perpendicular to the highway.
Yeah, and it's pretty far set back. Not that you can see it, but it's still pretty far.
Yeah,
set
you
back.
wouldn't be able to see it.
Yeah, I don't think you would even. see
Walker Brook
it
Road
if you
either.
ever sit from the road.
Building, yeah. Okay, so the only people who are going to really see that is
Yeah, the customer.
customer.
And how many boards? Is it just replacing one?
Yeah, it's just, that's the only question. No, I think it's the one menu board.
I mean, one of the problems I have, and I've been on this board for a long time, is that we live in an electronic age. Now, my friends, I'm a techie, we're done with putting step ladders up to change signboards and all that.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. Except for the Burlington Mall. That's,
Well, yeah.
they still do that.
Very funny.
Other than
I
that,
think we live in an age now where electronics is the name of the game,
right.
so.
No, I mean, Duncan has to do it to compete in
Mhm.
the fast food chain.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have any further questions myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think McDonald's with their remodel asked for something similar,
Huh?
so McDonald's asked for something similar with their remodel.
We did,
So.
yeah.
It was separate, yeah.
It was the same, yeah, it was the same variance for the same boards.
Their neighbors were impacted though.
And that's why we kind of made them go back and forth a few times there.
Yeah. Actually, I guess a big maybe question related to that is like, is there any changes to like the audio portion of it, or is it just?
No, I don't think, no. And it's just, talking to the person.
Yeah.
They don't change their menu board that often, do
I
they?
don't think so, because it's not that
Yeah,
broad.
and they would.
Yeah, it's not that broad a menu.
Yeah,
And that's the whole idea, because it's, inefficient to have too many items.
and I think the question, I think you raised it, was that.
The dimmer.
Yes.
It's gonna be dim.
They're automatic.
And then later,
They come that way.
sun goes down, it's gonna be dim.
Yeah.
These are LED.
Yeah, I don't even make these, I mean, they get shipped in.
Oh, wow.
Any other questions?
I don't.
Public comment? I don't think there's anyone here, so.
I will just say the same thing that we said with the last one, that said we have 4 members present tonight.
Okay,
On the variance, so you need all 4 yeses,
okay,
as opposed to
right, no, I
a
heard,
regular board of 5,
I heard that from the hall,
where you can
so,
survive with 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Now you have to survive with 4 out of 4.
right,
You have the option of
that's,
consciously deciding to wait till the next meeting for
Right.
5, or
yeah, I mean,
take a gamble tonight.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's a strong reason to defer. I think.
And if we voted it down, then you're stuck with not coming back for
Right.
quite a while.
Right, 2 years, I think,
Yeah,
yeah,
so it's up to you as whether you want us to vote or not.
okay. I mean, it seems, like a pretty easy request to me, and then, I've been denied for message centers, but this is just so innocuous that it doesn't seem like an issue. I mean, if anyone has an objection and want to listen and then decide, whether to.
Yeah, I think
Next month. I mean,
If we're just doing a straw poll, essentially, to an extent, I mean, I believe this is a similar circumstance, and we have precedent already with McDonald's. I believe this is technology moving faster than the legislature. So I think it's something that I believe that since all signs are going to be going towards these LED lights, and it's a circumstance where this is actually part of Dunkin's trade dress as well, and that is something that's uniform across all of their facilities, and something that's uniform across basically all of their own intellectual property. I'm more inclined to agree to this.
I'm on the same page.
Well, I'll make a motion.
Okay,
I would move to grant the petitioner viewpoint sign and awning, a variance under Reading zoning bylaw section 8.4.f to install a digital drive-through menu board on the property located at 87 Walker Brook Drive in Reading in accordance with the drawings and supporting materials included with the application.
Second.
all in favor? Great. All set.
Great, thank you,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Yeah, everyone. Take care.
I did,
Okay,
I did, yeah, good questions. Right.
Good luck with the project.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I think the last thing is just the meetings from last week. Anyone have any comments on those, or last month, sorry, not last week?
Of course I did. Way too low. First page, under 24-04. That second paragraph there. Well, it says the proposed work includes a one-story addition with porch extension. The current yard setbacks measure. I would say it's singular. The current setback measures 1.5 feet.
well,
With the S together. Okay, that's all.
Anything else? Yeah,
Motion to approve.
I'll second, and all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Is there any other business, Amanda or Brett, we have?
No, I think, my other question is, do you guys want a physical copy? So I noticed you brought one in, I think you brought a physical.
I usually bring them in, so yeah, I wouldn't mind.
You want me to bring one in for you guys?
Well, I'm old school. I like to see it, but I also kind of like read them.
Usually have this chart.
I just read them online anyway.
Yes.
The only thing I really need is like that is the denial letter and the plot plan. And then everything else I can kind of look at online.
Okay,
That's what I like to look at and reference.
I usually have one
Pictures are helpful too.
packet, so if you guys ever want it, or if you do want me to bring it on like a full packet for you guys, you're welcome. Let me know.
Thanks.
Motion to adjourn.
I don't need the whole pack.
Second.
I print out what I want, that's all.
We got a second from.
Adjourn.
Motion. All in favor? Great.
All right.
Sorry.
Thanks, everyone. Hope it gets better soon.
And then this is mostly self-inflicted. I was coaching my daughter's lacrosse game.
Oh, really?
I thought you were gonna say you were at the Bruins game. See ya.
Yeah, he should be, with all that that's going on.
Right.
He's going in every direction right now.
He sure is.
My choice is.
Vacation.
Lacrosse was my choice. of high school.
Lovely. I'm from Baltimore, so it was one of these things where we are kind of handed a lacrosse stick at birth.
I didn't start till I think eighth grade was the first year.
Yeah.
My
Do it.
high school was like the
Yes.
club team. I played
Yeah,
there in
thank you.
college, and it was just too
Thank
cold.
you.
I physically could not handle.
I was always like the short, slow kid, so I was a goalie. So I am now the goalie coach for my daughter's team.
I give goalies a lot of, I could never be goalie.
Scared.
Have the ball, have, no, thank you. I grew up with brothers and I couldn't.
Oh, dear.